LoRa-based GPS tracking device for the elderly with dementia or Alzheimer. Purpose of the study: to develop a device that utilizes LoRa technology, to develop a system that will monitor the location and set a virtual barrier for the elderly by using geofencing and GPS technology, to create a graphical user interface that will help the guardians to have access to the location of the elder and for them to get an automatic notification from the device when the alert button is pushed by the elderly during emergency situation. Project concept: the device will accompany the elderly that will determine his location and if he had breached the virtual barrier. In breaching the virtual barrier, the guardians will get notified. Also, the concept includes an emergency button that will also notify the guardians in case of an emergency. The block diagram. To determine the location of the elderly, the GPS module will send data to the microcontroller. Then the microcontroller will send data to the LoRaWAN gateway via the LoRaWAN module. The LoRaWAN gateway is connected to the cloud services, where the graphical user interface fetches data and displays the location of the elderly. Same flow for the emergency push button, in which it will be the one to trigger the microcontroller instead of the GPS module. System design. For the GPS module, we used U-Block's Neo 8M. The microcontroller, which is the heart of the device, we used STM32F103C8T6. Then we used Arduino IDE as our programming tool. Next is the LoRaWAN module. We used RAC3172. The Dragino LPS8N for the LoRaWAN gateway. TTN, the Things Network for cloud services. And finally, the UB-dots for the graphical user interface.
In system hardware design, our schematic as follows. The ST-Link is for debugging, the UART is for programming, and at the same time, we designed the switch. The switch will act as an emergency switch in this system. We are assuming when the switch is on, our LED would on too. The system would have a USB-C connector. The battery would get 5V charging power from it. The 5V power gonna go through our charging circuit to the battery. Once the battery is being charging, at the same time it releases the power to the U6. The U6 convert the battery 3.7V to a standard 3.3V as outputs. Our 3.3V from charging circuit will power everything in our system. Our LoRa module is the communication method. It will transmit the data from the microcontroller to a gateway. The user would see the GPS location from the website or app. For the power saving purposes, we have our U2 as a moving sensor. When the user is moving, the sensor will active. It will active a GPIO on the STM32. STM32 gonna catch the signal and give power to our Neo 8M GPS. This is our system hardware PCB design. This is the 3D view on KiCad.
This is the final appearance of the device. On the right side shows what's inside the device. The PCB is just 1.5 inch by 2.8 inch. Social innovations. The assistive tracker can provide a sense of independence for elderly people with dementia, allowing them to move around freely while still being monitored and protected by their caregivers. The device can be worn or attached to a wheelchair or walker, making it easily accessible and portable for the elderly. The geofence technology sends a notification to the guardian whenever the geofence has been breached by the elder, giving caregivers peace of mind and the ability to quickly respond if necessary. By incorporating features like heart rate detecting sensors, the device can also help caregivers monitor the health of their loved ones, providing additional support and assistance. The alert button for the elder's emergency purpose gives an automatic update to the guardian to provide action in case of emergency, which can be life-saving. Overall, the assistive tracker for elderly with dementia is a social innovation project that addresses a significant problem and offers a solution that can make a positive impact on the lives of elderly people and their caregivers. Prototype testing. This is the prototype of our project. This is the Neo 8M GPS. This is the STM32, the microcontroller. This is the Rack 3172 LoRaWAN module. And everything is powered by the battery. This is the LoRaWAN gateway. And this is the graphical user interface. We use UV dots. This pin says the location of the LoRaWAN gateway, which is on A block on campus. And this pin says the location of the device, which is in C block cafeteria. On the Arduino IDE serial monitor is the captured location of the GPS module. The location is in Centennial College C block cafeteria with a latitude of 43.78 and a longitude of negative 79.22. After the GPS sent the data to the microcontroller then delivers it to the LoRaWAN module. On the TTN, boxed in red, shows that the module received the data from the microcontroller. As you can see on the payload, the data was converted by the microcontroller into hex for the module to be able to read it. The LoRaWAN gateway receives the data. On the Things Network Gateways screen, boxed in red is the same timestamp from the LoRaWAN module. Lastly, on UV dots, shows the location of the devices. The LoRaWAN gateway is represented by the light blue pin, which is located in Centennial College A block A356 room, and the GPS tracker device, represented by the deep blue pin, is located in Centennial College C block cafeteria. Thanks for watching.